In this video, you will learn how you can define a new custom boundary condition in the OpenFOAM. We're gonna to use codedFixedValue in the OpenFOAM and define a parabolic velocity at the inlet of the channel. The test case that we consider here is a rectangular channel. Consider we have an inlet here is the outlet, and also a symmetry boundary condition on the bottom and also a wall on the top. Since I scaled this geometry, you can see the wall at here, but actually I scaled it by 10, this geometry in the y direction. Okay, we set the inlet velocity equal 5 and also the initial condition equal 5 for the velocity. At the outlet, we consider the developed boundary condition. That means the velocity of the fluid doesn't change at the outlet. That means we have a zero gradient boundary condition. And also for the wall, no slip boundary condition. And for the symmetry walls on the bottom, also we consider symmetry boundary condition. And since we have a 2D test case, for the front and back faces, we consider empty boundary condition. And for the pressure also, you can check it here. At the inlet, we consider zero gradient, and we obtain the pressure at the inlet according to the solution of the computational domain. And for the outlet, we set the pressure equal to 0, to atmosphere pressure. The geometry that we consider here also specified in the black mesh text. As you see, we introduce the length of the domain equal to the 50 millimeter, and also the height of this channel equal to the 1 millimeter, and also the boundary condition is specified here for the black mesh text. Okay, I open my terminal. Here I generate the mesh again, and as you see, it generated the mesh for the boundary inlet, outlet, wall, and other. I'm gonna to use SimpleFOAM solver to solve the velocity and pressure field, and then I impose a new boundary condition at the inlet and compare my result with this base case, test case. Okay, let's start it. Okay, that's finished. And if I come here in the ParaFOAM, I can load again the data. Okay, it loads. A point that I would like to mention it here is the maximum velocity occurred on the center line of the channel at the symmetric boundary condition, and also for this test case that we have 5 meters per second velocity at the inlet. The maximum velocity approximately is the 7.5 meters per second, and I think it is compatible with the Hagen-Poiseuille flow and formula. Okay, let's start to implement a new boundary condition at the inlet and compare the result with this test case. I open my directory, and here I open the view file in the 0 folder. Here you can find, okay, I commented the inlet boundary condition for the velocity, and now I consider a codedFixedValue that use the initial value as we use it for the internal field equal to the 5, and the name of this new boundary condition is my parabolic velocity. Okay, at the first, here is the main body of the code, and the option that we use for this code is the finite volume library and mesh tools. We need the mesh tools library to access to the center of the faces and cells, and also we need the finite volume to access the field like volume scalar field or volume vector field like the velocity. Okay, and for the code include part, we include the cfd, as we also mentioned it for the finite volume here, and also the mathematical library of the C++ programming language. In the main body of this code, now I'm gonna to implement this function for the velocity. The u as a function of the y position, and it is equal to the 1.5 of the average of the velocity at the inlet that we consider here equal to the 5. And this part of the function that is mentioned that, okay, it has a parabolic distribution for the velocity at the inlet from the wall and until the center of the symmetry, center of the channel or symmetry boundary condition. Okay, first of all, I considered two scalars. One of them is the average velocity, which set to the 5, and also the height of the channel, as we define it in the block mesh dict, equal to the 1 millimeter. Consider the convert to meters. We consider the height of the channel equal to the 1 millimeter. We define this, and we can also change it in the future if you need it. And then to access to the boundary field, I define it a const FV patch, and with a reference that name is the boundary patch, and also a vector field, like field or something that you like it to set for the name, and this is equal to the velocity distribution on the inlet patch. To assign this function to the velocity field, I need to loop over all of the faces that are located on the boundary patch. I use the for all command on the, it is a special command on the OpenFOAM. For this one, I loop over all of the faces located on the boundary patch. Boundary patch, we define it here, corresponding to the inlet for this part of the code. And the face I is the index. For the field, with index of the face I, for each face, for each value of the velocity on the face I, we have a vector. It includes 3 components. The first is the x, the second and also the third is the velocity in the y and z direction, and assign it to the 0. But for the x velocity, we want to implement this function. It is equal to the 1.5 of the average velocity, and also a part of the code that should be equal to the parabolic function. Okay, it is obvious that it is equal to the 1 minus the parabolic part. For the y, to access to the y component of the position of the faces on the boundary, we use boundary patch and call the center of the faces for the face I. And also for the face I, we need the y component. If you want to access to the x component, you can change to the x, but for now we have a parabolic function in the y direction. Okay, then we need the y component, and also we also use the power 2, as we have here. Use the power function in C++ programming, and also it's also included in the FOAM library. Okay, this is equal to this function. That's all, and now we can compile this code and run the simple FOAM again with the new boundary condition. Actually, we have to remove this parenthesis here, and then we can run it again. Okay, it is successfully compiled and run it. Now it is finished, and we can also reload the perform again by refresh time. Here is the initial condition for the velocity, and after a while, after 10 time step, as you see, the velocity has a parabolic distribution on the inlet. If you want to ensure, we use the plot over line, and we can also define it here. Apply for the velocity. As you see, it is represent a parabolic distribution at the inlet. Since the velocity profile of a developed flow in a rectangular equal to a parabolic distribution, we cannot see any change in the velocity profile in the axial direction if we continue the simulation until it reaches a steady state solution. As you see here, there is no change in the axial direction for the velocity, since the flow is completely developed in this channel. This is a basic example of using coded fixed value at the OpenFOAM. And I think if you needed another function for the velocity or other scalar or vectors, you can easily implement by codedFixedValue in OpenFOAM. At the end, I hope that you enjoy from this video, and if you like to access to the source code of this tutorial and also to see further tutorial, you can come and visit the Hyperlysium website. Here you can see different free tutorial for the OpenFOAM, like the first simulation in the OpenFOAM or programming in OpenFOAM and adding energy equation in the pimple form solver. If you have any question, please feel free to ask me, and until the next video, goodbye.